Eu vou passar aqui a palavra agora. A gente vai ouvir um pouco mais sobre a 6.024. Temos hoje a satisfação. Não, primeiro vamos ouvir a Paola. Vamos ouvir a doutora Paola Sapienza, que é a advogada do IBA, é advogada de Direito Societário, de Mercado de Capitais, e vai falar do modelo de negócio. Ela tem mestrado no Harvard Law School, e vai falar um pouco sobre o modelo de negócios e o business model e a parte financeira das fintechs, das empresas de tecnologia. Paola?
Thank you, Otto. I'm sorry that I will be speaking not in Portuguese, but in English. I think I cannot even do it in Portuñol, the presentation. And I'm going to give a brief introduction to fintechs. I'm going to try to be very short in honor of time. And then Marcus is going to talk about the legal and insolvency framework of these companies. So to start, I would just like to say that technology has always been a part of the financial industry, right? And we seem to take things for granted, like we make payments using credit cards, not cash. We withdraw money from machines. We use our online banking. But what I'm trying to say is that technology has always been present in the development of these financial products and services to enhance or improve the customer experience. But fintechs are coming along in the market to bring something different. They have an aggregate value, right? Something more than just offering the traditional financial services and technology, right? So I would like to bring a definition from Lee Reiners at Duke Law to try to explain what are these companies. He basically says that, first of all, fintechs are businesses that are using technology to operate outside the box, to develop business models that differ from those traditional financial services that are used or offered by financial institutions to change the way these services are being delivered. And the second part of the definition that for me is the most important one, especially in a region like Latin America, is that fintechs are characterized by the use of technology to improve the competitive advantage of the traditional financial services that firms are providing now. They're providing it, and the fintechs are providing it in a more faster, sometimes even cheaper or for free, and in a more convenient way. So fintechs are more kind of client-oriented, they're personalized services, and they reach an important sector of the population, those that are banked, those that are unbanked or underbanked. So fintech basically is just a way of delivering financial services through technology by adopting business models that offer alternative products and targeting particular needs of the customers. So when we usually read about these companies, we read a lot of words such as innovation, different, alternative, and what I think these words, if we bring them down to earth, mean is that these companies just contribute to spend our money more efficiently, to make payments and to borrow money, to make investments, and all this using the internet. And this is an IDB chart that explains all the main business models basically in Latin America for fintechs. And the main and the most popular or recognized business models are the payments segment and the lending segment. And then Marcus is going to explain about the legal framework of these two companies under Brazilian law. So the lending or the alternative finances platform are basically companies that offer loans through crowdfunding, through peer-to-peer lending, which is just a platform that matches lenders and borrowers. Then there's balance sheet lending as well, that is offering loans with one own capital. Then if we go to the payment business models, I think we all do electronic transfers, electronic payments. So it's basically that kind of business model. Then there are a lot of business models. We have even personal financial advisory services. There are fintechs that come up with investment plans, come up with retirement plans. They help us save money. They help us spend our money more efficiently. And that is at a personal level, but there are also companies offering these services at a business level. There are companies that offer you digital accounting and taxation services, electronic invoicing, the collection of your accounts receivable, whatever you want. There are a lot of business models. There are insurance, fintechs, cryptocurrencies that we have discussed earlier today, digital banks where they offer you credit cards or loans online or digitally. But still, although they seem very attractive, they are experiencing some barriers in the market. I'm going to speak rapidly about 4 of these barriers. The first one is that they are having some trouble gaining market visibility or building trust to attract customers and investors. There's also a problem in the regulation because they are sometimes uncertain. There are places where fintechs are not regulated, and there are places where the rules of the game are clear. And this uncertainty is what keeps them or prevents them from expanding or operating internationally. And sometimes they operate at risk because there is no regulation at all. So it's very uncertain whether you need a license, whether you're supervised by the central bank or if you're a financial institution or what's their nature. Another barrier is that it's very hard to attract a qualified human talent that have the expertise of managing technology and financial services at the same time. And as Oliver and Otto already explained, the data security issue. These are companies that manage sensitive data. They have our credit cards, our accounts, all of our income monthly statements. They have a lot of sensitive information, and they are exposed to data breaches or cyber attacks. They can be hacked, etc. But the thing is that, for me, Latin America is a very particular region for this kind of companies because a significant percentage of the population is unbanked. And this percentage of the population may not have access to a bank account, but they do have access to a smartphone and to the internet. So it's a very good tool for financial inclusion, for SMEs, for young entrepreneurs. And that is why I think there has been a very interesting growth in the region, especially in Mexico and Brazil. Brazil's becoming a hub in Latin America for these companies. I was talking to Oliver, and I think there are like 600 fintechs already in Brazil only. So if we can learn something from Brazil, is that it's a very good example how the public and the private sector of a country took advantage of the opportunities of these companies in an area where the banking services are expensive, where there's limited access to traditional financial services, and where there's a high rate of smartphone use. And the Brazilian Central Bank took steps to strengthen the industry, especially in the lending and payment segments. The Securities Exchange Commission also regulated crowdfunding. So I'm going to leave you with Marcus, who's going to explain about the legal framework of these companies.